Lots of rain across the state today. You are looking at the rainfall in Meriden, but now we are looking toward freezing temps and a situation for Friday.
Let's get to Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank timing out everything over the next relatively busy 24 hours, right, Rach?
Yeah, we're going to go from rain over to freezing rain and eventually over to sleet, which are those pellets that are kind of bouncing all over the place. I wanted to show you this dynamic system. There's actually, or was a moment ago, a tornado warning in effect to the south. And at the same time, you've got heavy accumulating snow all from the same storm system. Now, we are not expecting heavy accumulating snow. Our forecast conundrum comes in trying to figure out timing out the cold air. Some of our guidance has it holding off, especially for areas south and east of Hartford for the morning commute. Others are a little bit faster, and it all comes down to timing, right? When you're talking about the morning drive to make decisions for you and your family. Regarding icing, though, I think we stay below what is needed in order to produce down trees and power lines. I'm thinking anywhere between 1/10 of an inch of ice, which is, again, rain falling from the sky, kind of accumulating on top of trees and power lines. But I'm thinking a maximum around 1/3 of an inch statewide. So that's enough to be this kind of nuisance category here. I don't think we get into disruptive or crippling levels. Luckily, we'll get sleet. Nobody ever roots for sleet. Again, those are the ice pellets. However, I think that will help kind of limit how much freezing rain falls, but it doesn't take much to make things slippery. And we learned that a few weeks ago when we had that light icing event. All it took was a few hundredths of an inch. It made it hard to treat the roadways, and all of a sudden roads went from just fine to not fine. So we have to very closely watch that. And I invite you to check in the morning show crew, because they're going to have exactly where that freezing line is and what you need to know before you head out the door. Right now, temperatures are safely in the 40s. No weather issues tonight other than the rain, and temperatures will hold steady. I want to show you the future radar. And again, keep in mind that we're seeing big differences in timing here on our guidance, but this is 2 a.m. and we're still raining. In fact, some temperatures could actually climb a bit as we head towards daybreak, with some locally heavy downpours. Some towns getting up and over an inch of rainfall, which is pretty wild. Look at this, 50 degrees in Chester possible at 7:30 in the morning. Meantime, here comes the colder air. Torrington's at 34. That is a really sharp temperature gradient, which is one of the reasons why it's a tricky forecast. But I'd say between around 7 a.m. and around 10 a.m., we're going to make that transition over from rain over to that icy mixture for areas around Hartford, and then through around noon farther south. And it may take until the early afternoon for that mix line to get to the shoreline, but I do think that we get there. And again, as temperatures drop, any puddles or standing water could end up freezing up. After that, maybe a few snowflakes on the tail end, but that's it. And then heading into the weekend, everything kind of freezes solid. But it's a tough call for superintendents, when they're making the call first thing in the morning and looking at the temperature. It will still be above freezing for a lot of the state when they're waking up as the alarm bell goes off. However, I think as temperatures drop, that's when the roads will deteriorate, and it may be too late to get the kiddos home from school. So I do think that we will see a lot of closures out there, maybe some early dismissals. Taking a look at the 7-day forecast, we do see the numbers rebound as we head through next week. Maybe a light mix for your Monday, and then temperatures in the mid to upper 40s by Thursday of next week, guys.